Hey guys, how's it going? Today's going to be on the YUNEEC Breeze. We're going to go over its flight features, return to home accuracy, range, all of that other stuff. This is kind of a part 2 to the video that I did on the unboxing, that why I think that this is the best drone for under $200. So as I'm showcasing its features, I'm going to be explaining that there's a lot of other drones in that price point that doesn't do what this drone does. So as you can see here, we got the case over here, and we're going to be testing it on the iPhone XS Max. And this is a Blamaki case that you can get on eBay for $50. I'll leave a link in the description. And it's for the Hubsan 501S, but it kind of worked out for the Breeze, as you can see. So here you got your controller. You want to keep your styrofoam from the packaging of the Breeze. The Breeze does fit in here without any cutting, but it's a little tight. So I just cut a little bit to give the Breeze some room so it could kind of go in easier. And I cut these little slots out. That way I can grab the battery like this, a little easier with my thumb, and grab this with my finger, and grab this one like this, okay? So for the first part of the video, I'm not going to be using a controller. The controller is its own mode, and you can't do things like follow me and orbit mode using the controller. So the controller will be its own segment. So for now, we're just going to do the Breeze, and all you need is the Breeze and your phone. You can fly it without the controller, okay? So what you do is fold out these little legs, and your power button is here on the back. Hold it until you hear the chime. And this ground is really unstable, so I'm probably going to take it off, maybe from the case, and then we come over here to our Breeze Cam app. Okay. And you want to accept all this stuff. Okay, and we're going to hit next. Now you do find this drone with Wi-Fi, and we're going to search for it. See if it comes up. And I named mine White Glint. So there it is, it pops right up. And the password is supposed to be 1 through 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. And we'll hit join. As you can see, we're connected. So we're going to come back over to our app. And hit allow, and that little chime means that it's ready. So when we hit task, now this is just showing you about the modes. I'm gonna skip past that. Okay. And now here we have our modes, as you can see. So we have pilot, we have selfie, we have orbit, we have journey, we have follow, and we have controller. So just to go over a little bit, pilot mode is basically going to be flying the Breeze normally like you would any other drone, but using your phone as a controller with the on-screen sticks. Selfie mode, basically you set your drone's height, like your height, your range, how far you want it from you and stuff like that. And then you get the Breeze in a perfect position to take like a selfie or group selfie. Orbit, it has an automatic orbit and a manual orbit that you basically send a Breeze up. You set how far you want it from you, how close you want it, etc. And then you can either slide it and hold it yourself and do a manual orbit, or click just like the little play button and it'll orbit you for it. Journey mode, you set the settings again, your height, your distance, how far you want it from you, stuff like that. When you click journey, it'll go up and out away from you. And then follow me is exactly that. It will follow the GPS in your phone, and that goes strictly off of your phone. So however good your phone's GPS is how good the Breeze will track you. But keep in mind, the Breeze will not follow you if the GPS signal's not good. So you kind of don't have to worry about it doing like a messed up follow me. If the GPS isn't good, it just will not follow you until the GPS signal in your phone is strong enough. And then controller is the same as pilot mode. You fly the Breeze regularly, you adjust your gimbal and all those things, but you're just doing it with the controller. But you can't use any of these smart options here, any of these smart features here inside of control mode. So we're first going to start off with what I like to do is follow me. So let's get to it. Okay. So we're going to close this. Set the Breeze here since it's a little straight. And then we're going to come over here to follow me. And it just says you're about to activate follow me mode, place Breeze on the ground with the camera looking at you, ensure that the Breeze is in a safe place and free of obstructions. Please keep minimum distance of 4 meters, 3 feet between Breeze people and surroundings. So we're going to slide to proceed. So as you can see here, we have our takeoff button and our on-screen sticks. Okay, over here you can switch between like camera and taking a picture, and then here, this little reverse button here, when the Breeze takes off, you can decide whether you still want left to be left and right to be right and forward to be forward, even if the camera's facing you. And then here we have like a little bit of our telemetry and, you know, our feet height, stuff like that. Up here you have like your satellites and all your sensors. We got 18 satellites right now. We're at 97% battery. And here is your gimbal here on the left. So we're going to hit takeoff. We're going to slide it to the right. And that's the height it's going to go up to. It went up a little higher because it's coming off the box. And it's only like 8 miles per hour winds right now, so it's relatively stable. And so yeah, just do a little walk around and kind of see how it's, you know, holding that position there. Pretty stable, and it actually does do good in the wind. So yeah. And normally when you take any drone off, you kind of want to let it hover a little bit to make sure it really records that return to home. And you'll see it moving around just a little bit because of that wind. Okay? All right, so now I'm going to get in front of it and kind of show it from the back and kind of show you how well it's following. You want to come over here to the little follow me icon. Now I'm going to do follow me. So I'm doing what I showed you before. So I'm going to hit follow me now and hit the little follow me arrow and hit activate. And now come on with me and let's show how well it follows. So as you can see, it's following just fine. I'll do like a little jog sideways and show it following sideways. Okay, so now we're gonna get into the orbit mode. And there is a little bit of wind, so you'll see it wobbling. That may affect it a little bit, but it normally does a good orbit. I've done orbit mode in higher wind, so let's just get right to that. So what we do is we come over to here, to this arrow you see up here. We're gonna switch our mode. So we're gonna hit that. We're gonna come over here to orbit. We're gonna slide to proceed. Now, we're gonna skip past this tutorial stuff. It's a lot. Okay. Now, as you can see here, up here we're setting our distance. So you get to see if we pull this, the drone goes away from us. If I pull this here, the drone's gonna come closer. Here, again, is the switch between taking a camera and recording. Over here is, as you can see, the gimbal. Okay. And then here is your height, how high you want it to go up. And then over here is the rotation. I'm sorry, your side to side. And then here's your rotation on the corners. So basically, after you dial all this in and set it how you want it, that's how you, once you get it to where you want it, then you'll activate your orbit. So let's go ahead and do that. When you start it, it's going to ask you to set the center point. So weirdly enough, you have to hit camera. So when you hit camera, then that's when your options come up, okay? So then, now that it's set where we want, we're just gonna hit the play button to the right. And as you can see, we'll do a nice orbit. And that battery's at 29%, so we'll be changing that out soon. And that's sure. And check it out up there. It's doing a nice orbit. Okay. Now we're gonna hit the pause button. And we should have enough battery life to hit the manual one. The slider to the right like that. And it's going to do the same orbit, only, as you can see, I'm in control of the orbit. When I slide it like that, and then you can slide it to the other direction. And that's your manual orbit. And when you do the other one, that's that little GPS. And then you can also dial it in, like set it above you. So it'll say fly to your center point. So I'll fly to like over my head. Fly over my head, and then you hit next. And then it says fly to outer point, so we're gonna go back. Okay, then we hit next, and then you can hit that play button like that too. And then it'll do it at the settings that you made. And there goes that low battery warning. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit OK. And we're gonna hit OK, we're gonna hit pause, and we're gonna fly it out a little just to test that return to home. Get it a little further away. We'll go out. Okay, and now we're gonna come over here to our return to home, and we're gonna slide. We're gonna hit that. It's gonna go up to its return to home height, and then it's gonna return. Now it's probably not gonna drop right on that box, but we'll see if it does. And if it's not about to land on, so it's actually just gonna land right down because it just dropped from 14% to 4% really quick. So it's just gonna land right there instead of return to home. So that's kind of your fail safe right there. It knew it couldn't return to home, so it just landed right where it was. Okay, so now here we're going to show the range. Now the raise on the Breeze. Let's go over here to our options. Sorry for that like that blur. I don't know why it's not getting it in there. You come over to our drone settings. You can see that you can like name it. Okay, but I showed you that already. You can change your modes and your takeoff height and distance when you first take your Breeze off. Okay, you got your outdoor flight settings. As you can see, max speed is all the way up, 16.4 feet per second. And your return to home height, mine is at 78. So make sure you always set your return to home height at a decent height, and make sure when you're using another device to come into your Breeze settings and set your return to home height, because I broke my Breeze like that. I used a different phone and the return to home height wasn't set right, and it clipped the tree and I broke it, and that's why this is my second one. Okay, and here is your geofence. As you can see, max height is 262.5 feet and your max distance is 328. So, but it actually can go a little further than that, and I'm going to show you. Also, I want to show you guys calibration, and I'm going to take these off. These are all those prompts I was getting before. Every time you go into pilot mode or selfie mode, or anything like that, it was kind of like bringing up those prompts. So you can turn all these off, so that way you can just go right into those modes without any interruptions. So now for calibration, we're going to start calibration, and I'm going to show you where that's at. That's inside your drone settings. It's the second to the last. When it start calibration, right now it's telling me to turn the breeze this way. So I'm going to sit this down, take the breeze, and I'm going to turn it this way. And on the screen, there's a percentage that goes up. And you basically, every time you do a full rotation, the percentage goes up. So we're at 29, 30%, 36%, 43%, 47, 52%, 57%. And that'll just keep going up until the calibration is done for this rotation. And then when it hits 100, it'll beep. Like that. Now it's telling me to make it go this way. So same thing, you turn it until it goes to 100%, and you're going to hear that beep when it's done that rotation. Right. And it's kind of good to calibrate your drone every time you're definitely in a new area. And I personally calibrate mine every time I take it off the flight. Like if I'm going to do like a serious flight or like a review or something like that, I'll calibrate it. And now for this one, yeah, you can never be, too safe. So it doesn't take long to calibrate it. So I, just to be safe, would just calibrate it at least every time you go to a new field. 60%. This is calibrating the compass. 91%. And then you just hit OK. So now it is calibrated. And then I want to show you guys some other settings. So here you got your 4K. So we were shooting in 4K, so we weren't even stabilized. So now we can, oh, it won't let me change that from here. Okay. You have your photo settings, so you definitely want that in ultra high. And then you can change your scene modes: nature, saturation, raw, night. We'll go with nature. Here's how you reset your camera settings, and here's how you format or erase your built-in 16 gigs. So after you get all your pictures and stuff off the breeze and you want to wipe it clean, you come here and you hit that. Okay. Over here in regular settings, you got metric or imperial. It's the only thing there, and all the rest of this is, user manual, your flight logs, stuff like that, firmware upgrades, register and stuff like that. Okay. So yes, and then over here you have gallery, and that's where all your pictures and stuff is going to be at, all your pictures and videos, and that will probably be it. And take off, slide it to the right. I'm just going to go out. So we're at 100 feet. You can see it down here. Our feet. Okay, and then there you can see it says you can't fly breeze any further in current direction. All right, so I'm gonna take it out to its max and then land it. Okay. Okay. Okay, you see it says hit geofence? So, if you land it, and then take off again, it resets it. Now you see it said this was a geofence. Now we can go further. Also expect to start getting some glitching at that point though. Okay. And you can keep going out to another, let's see when we lose connection. See, hit the geofence again. And technically if I wanted to, I could land it again and do the same thing. Fly through the little poles a bit. The wind's blowing it.